Oh, what is up? My dog's lost in here. Sitting down between my paddleboard and my bicycle with a very flat tire, where my boat should be, but it's not here. And I feel like I've been slightly dishonest with you guys, even though I really haven't, but it feels weird not telling you what's been going on. So if you're not for talking videos, and this might not be for you, but I'm going to talk about the truth about my boat and kind of what happened to it and why it's not here anymore, and sort of apologize to you guys a little bit as well. So this past year, I have probably put out less videos in the past year than I would have in the course of like 2 months or 3 months in the prior years. It's been tough. Wife was pregnant, now had a kid, learning how to juggle that new life. And when you are self-employed, i.e. making YouTube videos for a living, it's really easy to be super exhausted and not have to go into work because there's no one to yell at you. So you just don't do anything. So you just stay home and spend time with your family. As horrible as that might sound, it's a joke. Yeah, I feel bad for not putting my full heart into everything I've been doing for you guys lately, because I'm super blessed and super grateful to be able to make these YouTube videos for a living, and I get to fish. You know, it's the coolest thing in the world. Sometimes it's just mentally draining though, and then you add a kid into the mix and add a family and trying to figure that whole thing out. It got very, very tough. But I finally am starting to feel a lot more like myself for the past few months here. Anyways, I sold the Hughes a while back because I was just tired of it and I wanted to do something different. Now, do I regret selling the Hughes? No, I don't. I was kind of done with that boat, but I regret basically the things that have followed after it now. So, once I sold the Hughes, the plan was to spend probably half of the money off the sales on buying a new boat, and then the rest of the money was going to be set aside for now having this kid, because at the time he wasn't born yet, and hospital bills and doctor bills and all that type of stuff. And that was actually one of the big motivations for me selling my boat, because it was a nice boat and it still had a lot of value into it, and I could sell it, get something a little more practical, and have some money for my family. First, it took a lot longer for my boat to sell than I thought it would. It took, I think, 3 months or more, and I was hoping it would sell in like 2 weeks. So had to do a lot of land-based fishing because of that, and that was just tough. You know, it's not something I'm used to, and I know a lot of people watch the videos on my channel because they like seeing me hop in the boat and go fish for big snook or big jack or whatever. And so it was a total mix-up. And to be fair, you know, during this time of doing the land-based stuff, it brought some of my favorite videos that I've got to do, which is like the land skiff stuff, the bike riding and spillway fishing has been super fun. And I think that diversity brings creativity, and it definitely did, but I know that's not what a lot of my audience is here for. So my boat finally sold, and I was getting ready to buy a new boat, and I get contacted by a company called Skiffworks that wants to give me a boat to use. And basically the whole entire game plan is, you know, they've developed this micro skiff that they have built right now, this little 13 or 12 foot micro skiff, and then they're going to build a 16 foot flats boat, and then they're going to build an 18 foot high performance skiff. And basically what was told to me was, you'll get the 12 foot now, and then when the 16 is released, you'll get the 16, and then when the 16 is done and we have the high performance, we want to put you one of those and basically have you upgrade into each one to be marketing for them, and also getting to use to film my videos in. And I'm going to get paid and to use the boats each month as well, so sponsored to do it. It sounds like a win-win situation. I get to save more money off the boat, I get to have a boat that I don't need to pay for, I get sponsored so I can make some more monthly income. It all sounds really great. Well, I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk it, because I really don't even know that much, but essentially the company Skiffworks has now dissolved because dispute between the two owners. And I had the boat, and they didn't ask for it back from me, but I decided to give it back because I didn't want to be caught in the middle of anything or an argument between two people, which was a bit of a bummer, you know. And it kind of caught me a little off guard. It probably was like within 3 days of like finding out that things were going wrong, I decided to give the boat back up. And the owners, they said they were willing to work with me, but I didn't want to get caught in the middle of that, so I decided to get it up. give it up. And if you bought a boat, there's nothing wrong with the boats. They're immaculate, really, really well-made boats, and they're really great, and I would stand by them 100% all the time. This is just 100% dispute between business owners, unfortunately. So that has now left me without a boat once again, and I unfortunately based a lot of this decision off of the idea of, you know, promoting the smaller boat for a little bit to getting a bigger boat and then a really nice skiff. And I was supposed to be getting paid the whole time during that, and it really never happened the way it was supposed to. You know, that's unfortunately some of the things that can happen when you're working in social media and you're doing marketing things like this, and companies want to leverage the position that you have to help promote their own. And you know what, it just didn't work out the way I was hoping it would, and I'm not really bitter about it, but I'm just more disappointed that I even have to explain something like this to you because it didn't work out the way I did. And it feels dishonest because I've had a handful of people DM me being like, hey, I tried to reach out to SkiffWorks and no one answered the phone, and the website's like down, or the, you know, whatever, like what's going on. And you know, I just wanted to be out in front of it, not feel like I have anything doing with the shadiness. I was never an owner, never anything like that. I just was using a boat, and it's a good boat. So that brings us to the current situation now. What do we do? Well, things are moving. I already actually have a temporary boat in order, and it's not the microskiff. I hate to break it to you guys, I had my fun with the microskiff life. I think I'm well done and over it. Got it out of my system. Maybe every once in a while we'll go back, and who knows, in the future maybe we'll buy a small Ginu one day or whatever. But the microskiff life is done for now. We're getting back into a regular boat and doing a lot of big snook fishing, big jack, tarpon, largemouth, getting kind of back to the roots of the channel, which is really why I wanted to make this video. I think I kind of lost my way of what I like to create and what I thought you guys would enjoy. And you know, I spent a lot of time over this past year making these like cinematic videos that are trying to be story driven, which sometimes are really cool, but to be honest, fishing is not that deep. Sometimes it's just really not. Sometimes it's just going out and having fun and catching fish. And we're gonna go back to that, how things have been on my channel for a long time, and try to get back to basics and really try to get back to uploading as much as possible. And I think we'll do it in another video where I show off this new boat. It's a beater, it is, but we're gonna be converting it and fixing it up, which is gonna be a ton of fun. And the whole goal is buying this beater boat to save up money to buy a nicer boat here in the future, something that I'll be able to take my family out in the future, that's safe to have a kid on. I could bring my dogs, I could bring my wife, because as great as the Hughes was and flats boats are, they're really not kid friendly. So I'm gonna be trying to look to get maybe like a smaller center console in the future, which is gonna open us up to doing a lot more fishing in bays, going offshore to fish for kingfish and dolphin, grouper, like really expand the possibilities for what we're able to do here, and I'm really excited about that. So the new boat project will probably be coming very soon. I just have to gather basically the parts, and it's not going to be actually that big of a thing. It's more of just cosmetic tweaks to it, and we'll be back to fishing again and really trying to get the uploads streaming out as much as possible, because I feel like you guys deserve that. I want to put as many videos out for you guys to watch because I love what I do and I appreciate you guys so greatly. I will say, like, not afraid to admit, this year has been a lot harder on me than I ever thought it would. Becoming a father and dealing with all those things and learning how to basically like restructure your whole entire life has been wholeheartedly exhausting, but really, really rewarding. And now I'm finally feeling like I'm getting things back together, and the channel is going to kind of get back to its roots here, and we are just going to really do a lot of hardcore fishing coming up soon. I don't know if this video is entirely necessary, probably not. I just wanted you guys to understand what's going on, and I want to be transparent with the people who mean the most to me, which is, you know, you guys watching, the subscribers. I owe this channel to you. You know, I put in a ton of hard work and I've done that stuff, but you guys have been so supportive, especially the people who have been here for a long time or are always there to watch any upload. I really appreciate it. And I'm very excited for the future because we're going to be making lots of moves here, and just look forward to it all. That's all I got for me today, guys. I just kind of wanted to clear the air and let you know what was going on and make sure you guys didn't think something weird was happening about, you know, where's the boat? Where'd it go? How come he's not talking about it? How come he hasn't uploaded a video fishing this boat in a long time? I just always want things to be 100 between us. All right, that's it for me. I appreciate it, guys. Till next time. Peace.